Hello, a warm welcome to you all from SGT University. I am Rahul Best from Faculty of Nursing. So today we'll explore about the topic that is disaster and disaster preparedness. Disaster is basically a catastrophic event that results in loss of human life, damage to properties, and even may cause multiple injuries. No community is immune to the emergencies caused by disaster. There are many researches has been carried out which depicts that approximately 3 billion people are affected from disaster every year.
Principles of disaster management. First, prevent the occurrence of disaster. Second, minimize the number of casualties. Third, rescue the victim. Fourth, provide first aid to the injured. Fifth, evacuate the injured to medical facilities. Sixth, provide definitive medical treatment. Seventh, promote reconstruction of lives.
So next we'll discuss about the types of disaster. There are basically two main types of disaster. First is natural disaster and second is man-made disaster. Natural disasters are basically those disasters which occur due to natural phenomena. They result in loss of human life and even may cause multiple injuries. The example of natural disasters are that is earthquake, flood, cyclone, etc.
First, earthquake. Earthquake, any sudden shaking of the ground caused by the passage of seismic waves through earth rocks. Seismic waves are produced when some form of energy stored in the earth crust is suddenly released, usually when masses of rock straining against one another suddenly fracture and slip. Second is flood. A flood is an overflow of water that submerges land that is usually dry. In the sense of flowing water, the word may also be applied to the inflow of the tide. Floods are an area of study of the discipline hydrology and are of significant concern in agriculture, civil engineering, and public health. Flooding may occur as an overflow of water from water bodies such as river, lake, or ocean, in which the water overtops or breaks levees, resulting in some of that water escaping its usual boundaries, or it may occur due to an accumulation of rainwater on saturated ground in an area of flood. Third, cyclone. Cyclone refers to any spinning that rotates around a low pressure center. The low pressure center is also referred to as the eye of storm, which is well known for being calm compared with the areas under the spinning arms of the storm. We could say that the eye is watching what's going on down below. So it needs a clear path, but the arms are where all the action happens, because this is where the storm is throwing out all of its rain and wind. Fourth is drought. Prolonged absence of rain is called the drought. The nutritional requirement of all children, expected mother and nursing mother should be taken care. Disinfect drinking water sources to prevent waterborne diseases. Immunization to be taken. The most affected area in India due to drought are Rajasthan and Bihar. Fifth is landslide. It is the mass movement of rock debris earth down a slope and has come to include a broad range of motion, whereby falling, sliding, and flowing under the influence of gravity and dislodged earth material. Sixth, avalanche. Road traffic accident in cold snowy region during the winter season faces problems such as icing of roads snow compaction and snowstorm that obstruct visibility. Structure damaged by an avalanche during construction of road occur most frequently. Disaster create large humanitarian and developmental challenges. The frequency and severity of disaster has increased large few years. More than 226 million people are affected by disaster every year. More than 86,000 people died due to earthquake in between 2000 and 2010. Because of drought, 1.6 billion people died since 1980. Cyclone, tsunami, hurricane affected more than 37 million people. It is important to keep in mind that disasters are not natural. They occur when people lack preparedness.
Next is man-made disaster. Man-made disasters are basically those disasters which occur because of the negligence of human factor. For example, terrorism, road traffic accidents, etc.
First is nuclear accident. A nuclear accident is still possible even though a construction and operation of nuclear power plant are closely monitored and regulated by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Nuclear power plants use the heat generated from nuclear fission in a contained environment to convert water to steam, which power generate or stop produce electricity. Second, accident release. Occurring during the production, transportation or handling of hazardous chemical substance. Third, explosion. Disaster will only be classified as explosion when the explosion are the actual disaster. If the explosion is the cause of another disaster, the event will be classified as the resulting disaster. Fourth, chemical explosion. Violent destruction caused by explosion of combustible material, nearly always of chemical origin. Fifth, nuclear explosion or radiation. Accidental release of radiation occurring in civil facilities exceeding the internationally established safety level. Sixth, mine explosion. Accident which occur when natural gas or coal dust reacts with the air. Seventh, pollution. Degradation of one or more aspect in the environment by noxious industrial, chemical or biological waste from debris or man-made products and from mismanagement of natural and environmental resources. Eighth, acid rain, a washout of an excessive concentration of acidic compounds in the atmosphere, resulting from chemical pollutants such as sulfur and nitrogen compounds. When deposited, these increase the acidity of the oil and water, causing agriculture and ecological damage. Ninth, chemical pollution, a sudden pollution of water or air near industrial areas, leading to internal body disorders with permanent damage of the skin.
So next is about the phases of disaster. There are 4 main phases of disaster. First is mitigation phase, second is preparedness phase, third is response phase, and fourth is recovery phase.
First, mitigation phase. Mitigation involves steps to reduce vulnerability of disaster impacts such as injuries and loss of life and property. This might involve changes in local building code to fortified building, revised zoning, and land use management, strengthening of public infrastructure, and other efforts to make the community more resilient to act as catastrophic event. Second, preparedness. Preparedness focuses on understanding how a disaster might impact the community and how education, outreach, and training can build capacity to respond and recover from a disaster. Third, response phase. Response addresses immediate threat presented by the disaster, including saving life, meeting humanitarian needs, cleanup damage assessment, and the start of resource distribution. Fourth, recovery. Recovery is the fourth phase of disaster and is the restoration of all aspects of disaster's impact on the community and their turn of the local economy to some sense of normalcy.
So next is about the disaster preparedness. Disaster preparedness refers to the measure taken to reduce the impact of disaster. Disaster preparedness can prevent the bad situation from becoming worsened. So along with the disaster preparedness, we can discuss about the principle of disaster preparedness. So let's have a look one by one.
Steps of disaster preparedness. First, gather information. Second, think through the average day for your family. Third, develop a personalized game plan. Fourth, build an emergency disaster kit. Fifth, do not forget pets and those with special needs. Sixth, periodically update your plan and keep your emergency kit.
Next is about the triage. Triage is basically derived from the French word which means categorizing or shortening. In triage, we are basically using the 4 color codes, and according to the color code system, we are categorizing the patient. The color which was used in the triage are red, yellow, green and black.
First, red. These clients have reasonable chance of survival only if they receive immediate treatment. This include victim with respiratory insufficiency, cardiac arrest or hemorrhage. Second, yellow. These victims can wait for transportation after they receive initial emergency treatment. Victims include immobilized closed fracture, burn less than 40% of the body, soft tissue injury without hemorrhage. Third, green. Victims in this category are ambulatory, have minor tissue injuries and may be dazed. They can be treated by non-professionals and held for observation if necessary. Fourth, black. At the disaster site or primary triage point, simple support measures can alleviate the psychological trauma experienced by the survivor. First, assess the community. Second, diagnose community disaster threat. Third, community disaster planning. Fourth, implement disaster plan. Fifth, shelter management plan.
So today we learned about the topic that is disaster and disaster preparedness. Next time we'll be exploring about the topic that is pharmacodynamics. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. See you next time.